disabilities were not really seen in the public eye or in their own self-image as viable, valuable people with something to offer. So when LEAP came into existence, it was to provide guidance and direction and mentorship so that they could grow, see themselves as valuable human beings, and focus on futures that meant employment and living independently in their own communities.
Imagine, if you will, someone coming through the front door who's using a walker or a cane, and I roll over and say, "Hi, can we help you?" We're different. We look different. We act different. We level the playing field. They see people being functional, happy, involved.
Well, at age 7, I was diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa. It just means a progressive loss of vision that leads to blindness. These are my 2 girls. I've never seen their faces, but I can see the contrast in color, so I know the positioning of their eyes and their cheekbones and like approximately where their lips are and things, but I've never actually seen their faces. I came here to the employment side and they taught me how to develop and build a resume. I was afraid to be on my own because I didn't think I could make it. Sorry.
I think the biggest myth is to think that people with disabilities are broken or that somehow they're not whole. It makes people with disabilities feel as though they're insignificant, that they have nothing to give, that their life is less valuable.
People come to us and they simply are at their wit's end and need some assistance, and we can help them, walk them through the process. So you're just up against the wall and you're at your wit's end and you don't know what to do or where to turn. And then we walk that journey with them. Pretty much anybody who has a question about disability can ask us. We are a disability resource center. We provide information and referral to any age group, and we provide specific training programs primarily to adults.
What's unique about LEAP, they look at the individual and look at all their needs. When a consumer comes in, it's not just helping them find a job. It's looking at all their needs to live independently.
We provide benefits analysis for people living in 15 counties of Northeast Ohio, those who receive Social Security disability benefits.
We do these benefits analysis where we sit down with them and go over with them
how earnings may or may not affect their benefit.
I actually work with high school students from the inner city. These high school students have a cognitive/learning disability. So we work on job-seeking skills, we work on skills from basically transitioning from youth to adult community living as well as from school to work.
We began an employment program back in 1990. We now offer employment services in about 8 different counties, and their function is to prepare people to go to work.
Jackie came to work in our department. It brought life to all my employees that work here. They love Jackie. Jackie is our gift.
LEAP is like having a recruiting firm out there looking for us every day. They assess individuals and determine what their abilities and interests are. So it's like we have another pair of eyes and ears out there looking for us.
One thing LEAP does, education and advocacy. You work with legislators, you work with agency heads to educate them about the needs of disabled communities and the way the laws affect them and new laws that might be needed to help people.
The advocacy work is on a variety of levels, teaching individuals then to be a self-advocate, to make those choices and decisions on their own. Another level of advocacy really is systems change, and we need to be always focused on the goal of putting ourselves out of business.